This week's specials at Miles Franklin are 90% junk silver coins, only $1.99 over spot. Also pre-1933 $20 gold liberties, $65 over spot. And last but not least, 1 ounce palladium bars, $119 over spot. Email, text, or call me, slayer@milesfranklin.com, and I will hook you up.
Connection established.
What if I were to tell you that you had 2 different opportunities to win a bunch of silver for free by simply just clicking one single button? Well, that is a reality around here if you subscribe. See, I'm doing my 100,000 subscriber giveaway. I'm giving away a boatload of silver to 2 different people, so your chances of winning doubled. Not only am I doing that, I'm going to film announcing the winners' names while I'm in an airplane. And as soon as I say the second winner's name, I'm going to jump out of said airplane and skydive. So this is going to be not only a fun opportunity for you to win silver, but also an epic video of me doing something that I definitely do not want to do. I seriously asked myself, what is the most extreme thing a person can do? The most entertaining, and first to mind was skydiving. I've never skydived, I am terrified of it, but unfortunately that is the most extreme, and I want my giveaway to be as entertaining and fun as possible, so that's what we are going to do, so make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss it. Okay, so let's talk about silver. Look how many articles, how much research, how much information, how many people have been stepping out publicly and speaking on behalf of silver's bullishness, its opportunity, its potential. This is just in the last couple of days, by the way. This one came out yesterday. Silver could shoot for the moon if it can free itself from its range. Another one came out yesterday. Silver bull run gathers momentum. How to trade potential rally to $50. Another one from CNBC came out yesterday. Gold prices could keep climbing, but analysts expect silver to steal the show before long. This one also came out yesterday. Can silver follow footsteps of gold and stage a major breakout? This one came out yesterday. Silver poised to play catch up to gold. This one came out today, fresh off the press. Silver price analysis. Silver plunges to $24 after stubborn U.S. inflation report. This one came out today as well. Silver forecast. Silver will keep bouncing around. This one came out 2 days ago. Silver. Why this one silver chart trend line is critical for silver investors in 2024. We also have information coming out about silver and how the Perth Mint sales are starting the worst in 5 years. And then we have another article that came out a couple days ago, silver breaking an important curse and looking strong. And there's even more, believe it or not. This is why I tell you guys to subscribe, not for my sake, for your own sake. Not because I do lots of giveaways, but because I will give you guys the most important information on a daily basis every single day, and I will do hours of research every single day, and I will highlight the stuff that is most important. Yes, if you guys, I know you guys like some drama, some controversy, I'll sprinkle that in here and there to make it entertaining as well, but I still am going to provide stuff every single day that you gotta know, because you cannot be blindly or aimlessly investing. That's more like gambling. So let's cover this first article titled, Silver Could Shoot for the Moon If It Can Free Itself from Its Range. So what is this range they're talking about? Well, let's find out. Silver has been trapped in a range since the start of 2023. A list of bullish fundamental factors are gathering, however, suggesting more upside for silver. And this is one thing that you'll see over and over and over. And this isn't just the last couple of days with these 8 or 9 articles I just showed you guys, but for the last couple months, everyone is talking about how bullish silver looks right now. And that's not ironic. This is not biased. These people aren't all silver stacking sources that have some narrative. No, this is everyone that's looking at it from a fundamental perspective, logically. Even people that mainly talk about stocks or crypto, they're also talking about silver looks extremely potential right now, even more so than gold. And that's a lot of what you'll see is this comparing it to gold. So a list of bullish fundamental factors are gathering, however, suggesting more upside for silver. A decisive break above $26 would provide confirmation of a bullish turn. So silver's been trapped in a range between $20 to $26 over the last year, but the precious metals fundamentals look bright for 2024, suggesting it could break out according to experts. And another thing that I don't think a lot of people like to talk about or incorporate with their price, their forecasts or any type of prediction, which take with a grain of sand, because remember, the unknown variables are the most important factors that influence the price the most, but nobody has a crystal ball or can time travel. Yes, we have a lot of red flags and a lot of hints telling us what's most likely bound to happen, and we know it inevitably is going to happen. So that is also why investors are so much more accurate and successful than gamblers, because investors make strategic decisions based off information, and the information tells us why or what makes the most sense, which is silver. Gamblers just throw money at the wall, hoping it sticks with the odds highly against them. So silver is both a precious metal because it retains its value like gold, but also because it's used in a wide variety of industrial processes, including the manufacture of automobiles, solar panels, and electronics. It is therefore sensitive to both global growth prospects and to change interest rates and inflation. This special combination of influences suggests silver could be a sweet spot from a fundamental perspective. So silver to rise on global growth prospects. Silver should push higher in the third and fourth quarters of 2024 because of rising growth. We'll see increased demand from the metal from industry. And not only that, what is in the third and fourth quarters of the year this year? The election. So think about this. We have this one situation, this situation that they're mentioning right here, the rising, the fourth quarters will see rising growth and increased demand, but also the other variables, the other outside factors beyond just fundamentals, which will also be influencing the price, pushing more people towards safe havens, as gold and silver are safe haven assets when people don't trust governments or in times of economic uncertainty and war especially. So as a dual precious and industrial metal, if we start to see global growth pick up a bit more over the course of this year, which is very much our base case, then I would expect silver to go from a relative underperformer to gold being a relative outperformer to gold over really the third and fourth quarter this year. And that's what he said with CNBC News, and then mentions riding on the coattails of gold. Silver's traditional role as a store of value, however, also means it should benefit from expectations that the Federal Reserve will start to cut interest rates this year. Lower interest rates means precious metals and non-yielding assets in general, such as Bitcoin, gain in value. This is because the opportunity cost of owning them falls, which means holders stand to lose less money compared to parking their money as cash or in yielding assets such as bonds. So this means lower interest rates pushes precious metals and Bitcoin higher. Now, this is the main reason behind gold's recent ascent to all-time highs in the $2,190 range. It could mean silver is about to start its own surge, according to some experts who hold the silver usually follows gold only after a lag. And you've heard me mention this a lot. I do think silver will take on a life of its own beyond gold, since it is used for completely different things. In addition, because silver is primarily priced in dollars, a weaker dollar tends to propel silver higher. Right? Silver is a direct threat to the dollar. When the dollar index is lower, silver is higher, along with gold, and vice versa. So lower interest rates tend to negatively impact the dollar as they lead to less foreign capital inflows, and this could further support silver prices going forwards. And then we have heightened demand. Demand for silver is likely to hit record levels in 2024, according to the Silver Institute. In a report published earlier in the year, they said demand was forecast to reach 1.2 billion ounces, hitting its second highest level on record. And not only second highest on record, but also record-breaking supply deficits. We've never seen a supply deficit to this degree, hundreds of millions of ounces in the red. So And this is the second year in a row, and they're predicting this is not going to stop anytime soon. Next year will be another record-breaking supply deficit, and so on and so forth, which, if you guys know Investing 101, low supply, high demand does what? It shoots the price up. Low supply, high demand shoots the price up. If you have a high supply and low demand, shoots the price down, right? Like the dollar, especially as people are trading back their dollars or sending back their dollars as they're not using the dollar as the world's reserve currency anymore. So when to buy? It's a good question. What sort of technical confirmation can investors expect before pressing the buy button on silver? They mention returning to the chart, which shows the top of silver's long-term range located at $26 an ounce. It would therefore take a decisive break above this to confirm a breakout from the precious metal's current straitjacket and see it rally higher. So, and I want to mention this real quick before we, so in order to avoid being caught in a fake out, investors should make sure they break above the $26, and this is decisive before diving in. This means this should be accompanied by a longer than average daily bullish bar, which closes near its high, and that's because price stability would need to start to play a role if it's going to stay at 26 and 27. So they're saying, yes, it might shoot up to 26, but that doesn't mean it's going to stay there, because if it has no legs, if there's no price stability, it's probably going to drop back down and give you another opportunity to get in lower again. But if it starts staying at 26 and 27, building stability, then we might not be seeing $23, $24 silver anymore. But some people, a dollar difference doesn't matter, when in the grand scheme of things we're talking about a much higher price. If you're buying at $23 or compared to $24, it's not really a big deal. Some people it is a big deal. But that's just the reality of the situation right now. So I guess we could try to cover one more article. So let's look at let's look at this, because this is something they mentioned. So a terrific year ahead for silver. Gold and silver prices have traditionally shown a strong positive correlation, although silver has sometimes been described as the poor cousin. It's also gold on steroids, or a more dramatic version of gold, a riskier version of gold. There's a lot of different comparisons. So earlier in the year, Silver Institute said global demand is expected to reach 1.2 billion ounces. And then it's mainly used for industrial purposes, and that's with automobiles, solar panels, jewelry, electronics, yada yada. So here's what usually happens with silver. It does move with gold, but it moves later. And think about that. If it moves with gold but moves later, and we see gold at all-time highs, and silver hasn't done its rally yet, what does that mean? Well, it means a silver rally is still bound to happen. It just lags a little bit. But since it hasn't pushed that rally yet, it's a ticking time bomb. A good comparison, and proof of that is the gold to silver ratio. A good comparison is like a volcano. Gold's volcano already erupted. Silver's volcano hasn't erupted yet. Both volcanoes always erupt. Gold always erupts first. Silver always erupts second, just a little longer. Silver still at $23, not even half of its all-time high. It's still going to erupt, it just hasn't yet. And when it does, it's always to much more extreme degrees, bigger percentages than gold itself. That's why I call it gold on steroids. If gold's going to rise 5%, silver's going to rise 7, 8, 9%, but also the opposite, which why some people call it a riskier metal, because if gold's going to drop 5%, silver's going to drop 7, 8, 9%. So more potential, but also more risk. So I don't like calling safe haven assets risky, though. A lot of people say silver's risky. To call something that preserves its wealth, that is real money, risky is just very contradicting. So, yeah. Anyways, I guess we could wrap it up here. I'm going to be making some other videos today, so make sure you stick around. And make sure you go enter my giveaway, because I'm really excited. Make sure you guys like these videos, comment, let me know what you think about this. What do you guys think silver is going to do in the next couple of months? Or actually, no, let's have a conversation. What do you think silver's price is going to be by the end of the year? I know there's a lot of different things that are going to play in to this, whether it's how the tensions play out between overseas in the Middle East, or maybe the election, or if anything happens that we can't see right now. But just what is your opinion, right? Just what do you think? Is it going to be $30? Think it's going to be $50, $20? Let me know in the comment section below. Keep the conversation going. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Or later today, actually. Peace.